Hey everybody, Alex Armstrong, the marketing guy, here with you at the Commons today. Today I'm joined by my friend Dan. Dan, say hi to everybody.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Dan, tell us, we're making an African dish today, Jollof, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this dish and what we're making.
Okay, Jollof, this is it's a rice dish. It's a simmered rice dish that gets simmered in tomatoes, peppers, onions. Some use jalapenos, but the traditional way is
Peppers.
Scotch bonnet pepper. That's the word I was trying to think of. The Scotch bonnet pepper is traditional way of making this sauce. Today we're using jalapenos and cayenne pepper because we don't have Scotch bonnet, but that's okay. Jalapenos are good to use.
So good, the spice we're in, so this is going to be a little bit spicier. This is going to have some kick to it. So for those of you that don't love spice out there, this is a dish that might be a little bit different or hard for you. So we're going to show how we're doing this in a large scale capacity because we're actually making this today out on the line. We're serving this to our students. So what we have here are some raw ingredients. So Dan, you already talked about a couple peppers, but right here we've got red onions,
red bell pepper, Roma tomatoes, and yellow onions.
Hey, you also make sure we have jalapenos and stuff. So
Jalapenos, I've used all the jalapenos for the last sauce in this one, so I don't have any to show you.
So basically what we're going to do here is we're just doing a rough chop on this, like really rough chop.
Yeah.
You guys are going to get a look at this here. This is literally what it looks like, and I know this looks kind of crazy, but
this is beef stock.
So beef stock. We get it here in a nice concentrate, a chicken stock. We get this in concentrate here, and this is how we use it. So now we've got this big container full of all this stuff. Yeah, how are we going to get this blended up?
We're going to grab this immersion blender here that we use for all our sauces, soups, chilies, everything. We're going to take this, we're going to put it right in here.
Let's get a nice close-up shot. Now before you do that, Dan, people at home are going to go, I do not have that, and I also don't need to make 50 gallons worth of this sauce. Right?
Right.
So at home, you can do this in any kind of food processor, a blender, anything that you use at home to blend this up. So let's get a nice shot of this action here with an immersion blender.
Down in there, and then get it started up. And just pulsate back and forth until it gets going.
This is live action immersion blending from the Commons. Making our Jollof sauce for our African rice dish.
Yes.
So Dan, as you can see, Dan's really getting at it. If you're at home, again, you're just going to do this in a blender. Way easier setup. But this is how we do it on an industrial size scale for our students. And you want to be outside the splatter zone.
Right. You don't want to come up too high above the bucket or else it's going to fly everywhere. And then you just let it sit here at this point and just let it blend.
Look at that. Works on its own. So what consistency are we looking for here?
We're looking for a coarse consistency on the vegetables. You want to see bell pepper and a little bit of onion. You don't want to chop fine, puree fine. You're looking for a little thickness and consistency to it.
So on your blenders at home, you might want to set it to grind or something like that.
Not puree. More blends or grinds would be the best setting for a blender at home.
A little past salsa,
Yeah.
but not to the puree portion.
Exactly.
So now we've got this in live TV. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to our stock pot here. So we'll push that out of the way. Now we've taken this, and what are we doing?
We're rendering it down. What we're doing with rendering it down is getting all the moisture out. So the way to do that is you want to get your temperature to about a medium-high heat and just let it go. You got to stir it consistently so it doesn't stick to the bottom. But the main thing here is just to let it do its thing. The more steam you see, the better. Because that's telling you the water's being released out of the sauce, and it's doing exactly what you want.
Perfect. And we're using, obviously, a huge whisk here, and the whisk is going to help just keep all of those contents kind of stirred up in there, so nothing clumps up or stays clumpy and chunky. All right. So that's being rendered. How are we going to pull this together? What do we want to make this with? Today, we're going to use some meat, right?
We're using beef today. We got beef tenderloin. And all I did with the beef tenderloin, it comes in whole, about that big, about a foot and a half long. We'll take off any fat that's on there because we want it to be lean, not too much fat. And I cut it into about inch and a half steaks. Because for me, it's just easier for me to chop this into cubes like this. This is the final product before we add the sauce. We just sear this down for about 6-7 minutes, get it brown around, and then we add the sauce to that. Add wrap it, plastic wrap foil in the oven for an hour. It comes out perfect, tender.
So again, just to kind of recap that, we're going to cube up the steak in those nice 1-inch chunks at least, minimum 1 inch. You're going to saute those on a frying pan or whatever you have at home. Just cook that up in a nice pan.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
A cast iron pan is best for searing meat because it gets it really hot and it sears it really fast. And that's the key with searing, getting that flavor inside. Sear it quick on a high heat fast.
So then now that he's done that, now we've got those all cubed up. They're real nice. Now we're just going to add that sauce in there, cook that off for an hour. That you don't have to worry about the sear on the beef not cooking it all the way through because we're going to finish that cook in the oven with the sauce. So that sauce is going to combine with all that and make a really nice finished product. So Dan, let's go take a walk out to the line and let's have a look at what we're actually serving today and the finished product. And my favorite part is always I like to eat it. So we're going to give a good sample.
Hello, Cheryl.
So Cheryl's here serving it today. So Dan, just walk us through a little bit. What are we actually serving on the line?
Okay, today we're serving just some regular collard greens. Only thing in here is salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. Got some deep fried plantains here. Just a little salt, pepper on there. Got the jollof rice. There's green beans in there and our sauce. And here's the beef. Same sauce in it.
So Kendra, if you come back over here, I'm gonna plate one of these up for us. So we're starting with the collard greens, and you get a couple of these fried plantains on here. Make this look nice. Really great aromas coming off of that. This is our we did jasmine rice here, right? Today?
Yes, basmati rice. Jasmine basmati rice is pretty much the same. It matters what region of the world you live in.
Perfect. And then here is what our finished sauce is going to look like when we've got that cooked with the steak in there. So again, that's steak tenderloin, beef tenderloin. And as you can see in here, if we take a quick shot of this, a really nice just consistency on the sauce. The beef is going to be cooked down, and you want to make sure you get that sauce all up in that rice. That's going to really make it look good. But you can see in here some of the onions, some of the peppers. You can see that density and everything that's in there. So this is our finished product here today. And I'm going to eat this off camera because it looks like it could be a little bit messy. But join us today down at the Commons. You can have this Taste of Africa. Dan put this all together. Excited to try this, but come on down to the Commons. And thanks, Dan, for showing us how to make it.
Thank you for doing this. I was really excited to do this.
Well, I'm sure you're all going to love this, this recipe. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining us.